Well, hello folks, welcome along to a new video. I am the Custard Prophet and look behind me. Yes, Tennis Manager 2022 has dropped and we're going to do a first look video and look at the new features in the game. It is a cracking improvement. Right folks, let's dive straight in. We're going to go from starting a new career because there's a bunch of stuff that happens at this level. What we're going to do today is kind of work through, have a look at some of the new features. We won't be able to look at all of them. Yeah, and I want to highlight the things that I think are real improvements. There are some things I think that are in here that weren't necessarily in the highlights, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, we are going to get into it. I think I should say first of all, the developers did give me a key and early access to the game, so I just wanted to put that out there. I'm under no obligation to make a video on this for them, and no obligation to say nice things about this, but everything I say here is truthful in respect to this game. So keep that in mind, because I think what they've done here is bloody superb, and this series is really going in the right direction. Right, let's dive in and see what we've got here. As you can see, we've got a new start screen which looks very nice. I think very pretty, and they have talked about improving the kind of look of the game all the way through, and you can see examples of those. So these things, the tutorials things, which this can get a little bit annoying, and I didn't know this button existed until the developers told me about it. If you keep this on, then every time you open a screen for the first time in a new save, you will get a tutorial that pops up and tells you what everything is on that screen. So it's a really useful thing to have in place, but you can navigate around with the question mark button. So we're going to turn those off just to make life a little bit more straightforward. And we're going to create a career. Now this part is very similar to what was before. So essentially this is the manager of the tennis academy. So we're going to, well, not quite that age. No, I'm older than that. I don't know whether I'm classed as a senior or a veteran. I don't know. Some of these bleed into one another. None of these look like me. It'd be kind of cool to be able to upload a photo of yourself here, kind of like you can in FM. But we'll pick this guy here. So he was a proper veteran. We'll keep everything as is, but you've got the opportunity here if you want to have a slightly easier run of things, or you can have a solid experience at the start, which will make life a little bit easier in terms of your ability to train, and that's going to make training more effective. But it's no fun unless you start at the very lowest level. And the other thing here is you've got a variety of managerial styles. I think versatile tends to be the one to go for, but it's would be kind of fun to kind of go for some of these other ones, or generate your own style, which I've not done any of that, and I might have a little think about that for the Let's Play series I'm going to be doing with this game. So we'll stick with versatile for now. You can manage an existing academy, or you could create your own academy. We'll do the second part there. So as before, the Custard Academy in the UK. And what makes a good Custard Academy logo? Well, we want is there anything yellow? There's lots of yellows. I don't know what the 22's for, but we'll go with that. 2022? that's it. Right, there we go. Custard Academy is built. So then you've got the chance here to develop your academy. So you can start with a new academy, a well-established academy, or a high-profile academy. I'm not sure you had all these options last time around. I don't think you did, but you can see what impact that has on various things, including monthly income, which is pretty spectacular there. Monthly expenditure is not too bad, but if you're starting from zero, you're getting very little. So you've got a very poor academy all the way across the what you got there. So you can alter this just to make the game a little bit easier. I think medium seems a correct thing initially, so you can maybe get out there and actually make a few changes to your academy straight off the bat. Now, academy vision Are you going for youth training and nationalist? So looking to train only players in your nation. That's what we did last time, and I kind of want to do that again. And this is the really cool thing. So who is going to be your first player? This is the new thing they put in. Are you going to have an existing player who's already on the tour? We had that last time, and you can manage whoever you like, really. Or are you going to create your own player? And that's what we're going to do. So this is the next thing. So obviously for this we're going to have Sean Death. If you don't know who Sean Death is, or where have you been, and he has got to be from the United Kingdom. In reality he's from Gibraltar, but we won't talk about that. We can alter his birth date, so he's going to start the game 14. So what we might want to do is let's make him 18 at the start of the game. But you can start with a real youngster, which is a kind of really interesting way of doing things and trying to develop him right from a very, very early age, and sort of take him, nurture him, and then develop him through the youth tournaments all the way through into adult tennis and potentially to the top. Then this one's interesting. You've got a variety of different personalities that you can provide them. You can put 3 different personalities. All 3 choices are basically a set of choices which are all different from the other. So none of these exist in none of these. So what would we go? We probably don't want him to be an opportunist or an adventurer. We want him to be loyal, stay with us, determined. Yeah, so he's going to start with extra motivation. That seems pretty good. And charismatic, attentive, responsible, competitor. What's that? That seems a good one. So he's going to be, his fitness will be tip top, presumably that's what that means. But I really like this. So we've developed a player now. We've got a player who we think is going to be the next big thing, Sean Death. Now we get to have a play with him. So we can either do this ourselves, and they've got this nice little map here. I mean, what I've got to say, they have taken so much from Football Manager. It appears, I don't know whether they have or haven't, but they look like they've taken so many things from Football Manager, because just the way this game looks screams Football Manager to me. It did last year, but even more so this year. And why not? Why not take the best game in this genre, the sports management games, and try and mirror that game? That seems like a pretty good game plan to me. So yeah, so we'll stick with all this. It's just over 6 foot, weight 78 kilograms, and then defensive baseline. But that's not what we want. Let's have an all-court player for now. For the Let's Play, I might do a little bit of a Twitter poll or a poll somewhere to see what people might want me to have my first player as. Maybe a volley, maybe focus on volleying, maybe focus on serve and volley, maybe focus on just a big serve and try and win with that. I don't know. So we'll go with that. I'm not going to play around with this too much. So then next up is the 3D appearance of the player. You can change the rackets, outfits, shoes, etc. You also do hairstyle and stuff like that. So here you go, in the locker room. So lightish skin, you got hair colour, you can make the hair blue, give him a fun hairstyle, match his outfit, got a wristband on, why not? And we'll keep all that the same. And we change the racket to, blue racket. Okay, we do blue shoes, yeah, there we go. It's the blue man. You'd think yellow would be the... Can we get a yellow? Oh, shame, you can't. I wonder whether more of these become available. Okay, we'll go with that. We can't do yellow. It's disappointing. I mean, if that's the biggest disappointment of the game, I think they've done all right. Okay, so we set up the academy, set up the player. This looks kind of similar, doesn't it? Looks very, very similar to what we had before. There are some improvements, and this is one I want to show you straight up. It's the academy. Look at this, folks. Look at what they've done to the academy. This is so exciting. I was a bit worried what they've done here would just be to that would just affect the sports centre, but you've actually got options in the medical centre, youth centre, business centre. What they've done here is, rather than just having an individual upgrade that you have to pay for to improve your infrastructure, and it's quite a large amount of money you've got to put up front, you've got a whole bunch of smaller little upgrades that you can make, and you can see here there's bloody loads of them. I absolutely love this. I absolutely love it. This is exactly what I wanted to see, and this is something I did a video sort of highlighting the strengths and weaknesses of this game's predecessor and Tennis Elbow Manager 2. And one of the things they both, I think, could do better was this. And what have they gone and done? They've gone and improved it a load. You can see that all of these are very achievable amounts of money. So you could put a grass court in. You absolutely could put a grass court in. Now, I wonder, if you put a grass court in, how long does that take? We'll put a clay court in because that's coming up. So it unlocks players +1. So we can put an extra player in, and the work will only take 30 days rather than like 6 months. So that is pretty nice. It increases the reputation of the sports centre, I guess. Increases the monthly expenditure a bit and the monthly income. So yeah, I love that. The one issue I have got a little bit is some of the costs of some of these things are pretty high early on. So cold therapy room, you're already looking at 100 odd thousand. Some of these things, the youth centre, I guess we're already pretty good here, so maybe that's why it's a little bit expensive. So you've got the campus. I guess that would be expensive. I guess it's reflective of what it is. A heliport would cost some money. Yeah, so yeah, I've got to say they have pulled out all the stops here. I absolutely love this. I cannot wait to get my teeth into these things and start improving this stuff. So you can see here we didn't have this before, this kind of summary of what's going on. So we can click on any of these things and that's going to take us. Oh no, it doesn't. I assumed it would. Oh, it does. It does. It just took its time. So in terms of other things here, so goals and stuff like that, a lot of this stuff does look very, very similar. Yeah, you've got this overview screen that you can kind of get all the information in there, but then you can kind of go into him and kind of see where his strengths and weaknesses are. So that looks pretty good. I haven't looked at training actually. I should have done that, but this does look like it's very, very similar. I think one of my criticisms previously was the number of options in relation to volleying. Actually, there are quite a few bits that improve volley, the drop shot. Yeah, okay. So I think maybe I was just being overly critical, but that's fine. So let's have a look at our staff. So we do have some staff, but we need some more staff because we are wanting to have a look at some of the new dynamics around talking to your staff. So here we go. We've got the staff. I thought there was a filter on this, and maybe it isn't on here for staff who would be interested. It certainly exists with a player. Only available players, only evaluated players. I think there was one with only interested players. That would be a shame if they'd taken that one out. But it's probably in there somewhere. I'm just not seeing it. So we're just going to look to get in a trainer who can do a decent serving training. I'm not really looking for anyone in particular. I just want to have a little look at this contract system. So we've got a bit of okay, he's not interested. He doesn't want to come to the UK, but we get some interaction. Okay, he's not interested. Yeah, I think we'll have to get novice trainers, probably for not that far away. 26-year-old Zoe De Bernardi. It's decent serving training, actually. Is she going to be interested? Hello, Custard Prophet. I'd like a 4-season contract. Would you now? So let's say we're not going to accept 4 seasons. We'll propose a 3-season contract. That's very good. Here are the financial conditions I'd like. I find signing bonus of that, monthly wage of that. So let's knock that down. I mean, it'd be nice to be able to do like round numbers, maybe just random numbers, but we'll propose that. Oh, she doesn't like it. So she wants less money. Okay, she wants less of a signing bonus, but more of a wage. All right, we can do that. I'm not sure that worked out well for her, but let's. Okay, so that's nice. It's a nice addition. I'm happy with that. So let's set up a tournament, because I also want to show you what it looks like when playing the game, because they made some big changes there as well. So we're going to register for a tournament. We're pretty lowly ranked, so we're gonna go into one of these lower tournaments. I don't want to do clay. Why must you make me go into clay? Right, we're not going to go miles ahead. I just want to show you a few things to get you an idea of what this game is kind of like. So got the email system again. This works very nice. I thought it was good. In negotiate, failed with those two, and we've got Di Bernardi coming in. Presentation of the academy. Okay, so Sean Death has chosen to join our academy. You must manage this player and reach the sports objective that is set out with him or her this season. Otherwise, they'll leave the academy. We had this a bunch of times in TM21, which is quite frustrating. But if you imagine doing this as a youth challenge, that's going to be really hard to keep the player interested, keep progressing each time. That will be tough. So, say it ends when he leaves. Basically, how far can you go before you can't please him anymore? Can you upgrade the academy fast enough to keep him happy? Really interesting. Other assets. So we've got a load of tools. We need more staff. Budget of 500k. Well, actually, we did that. Objectives. This. So we need only to spend 400,000 at the end of the season. We need to get better quality players in the academy. We need to reach level 1 for sports centre and for the business centre. I don't know quite how we do that with the kind of little bitty things. I wonder what we've quite got to do there. And increase the reputation of the academy, which it always says, and I don't think I ever managed to do. So that's very similar, but I like that. It gives you a clear set of goals that you need to get to at the end of the season, which is a nice thing. So we're going to move forward, and we're going to play our first match. So before that, I want to have a little look at some of the kind of conversational stuff that happens, because last time there was some kind of curious options that existed. So let's just have a look in the context of Daisy Miller, who's part of the US media, the United Kingdom media. What am I talking about? And she wants to know about the academy we've created. So why did we do it here? I know this area like the back of my hand. I'm happy here. Okay, that's normal. I especially know this region for its reputation, its climate, landscapes, but mostly for its reputation as being a home of a lot of talented players. I'm going to go with that one. It's a project, and we're both going, and we can. I don't know. I don't like the weird answers. Right. What made you decide to manage a tennis academy? I was born to be a manager. I like that one, actually. Never made it and want to give something back. We need to attract the best players. It was easy to convince him because he doesn't know how to hold a tennis racket. We've got to teach him that. Right, forward ho to the first game of the season. Right, so here's another new thing, sort of setting those sporting goals with with the player. Okay, so seems obvious we've got to set the goals on the circuit. So what ranking should we aim for? Whew, top 500. Bloody hell. Top 750. That sounds good to me. Good. So we're going to win one title with the lowest. I think that's fair. National ranking. Okay, so you've actually got national rankings in this. Top 70. Yeah, that seems fair. Goals on the JTLB circuit. Let's not set goals there. I don't really know what that is. The junior. Why do? Yeah, I don't think we need to be in that. I think we want to focus on going forward rather than kind of going backwards. So that's nice. That's a nice thing. I think our registration has been declined for Los Angeles, so I'm going to have to go back in and find another tournament to get us. I'll see you shortly. Okay, so this is another new thing. This sort of contracts offered by various places. So we've got a racket contract here with head. So we'll agree with that. An outfit contract. Looks like this is probably from Stripes, the better deal. And we'll go with that. And shoes. Okay, I think that's done. Okay, so we've sorted out the racket contract. Right, and so here we go. We have our first match here in Italy, Naples. We're playing Manfred Fellinen with the hope that we can push through into the second qualifying round to get into the proper tournament next week. This is the one we're gonna have a look at. We're playing on clay, which isn't great. This screen looks very, very similar. I think they've just swapped these bits around. So he's in excellent form most of the time as an attacker. I like this, just simple little change, putting the key thing in a different colour. So you know kind of what to focus on. Weaknesses, smashes and hot shots. I don't know what hot shot is. Forehand accuracy, backhand accuracy is good. You could switch to an offensive baseline play or even serve and volley play. We don't like that. So what we got? These are our 3 game plans, and we can train different game plans. At the minute, I'm not worrying too much about that, but depending on what our focus was, what our player focus. So, are we volleyer? Are we a serve and volleyer? Are we a baseliner? Depending on that, we want to choose the correct and train the correct game plan. Right then, let's enter that locker room. Right then, so this is an improvement. I forgot about this. So I've always, they've always had a series of weird answers here, which they look like they still have. But they have a series of things here. It tells you what his confidence is, his motivation, his relaxation, and his emotion. That's what they are at the moment. So he looks pretty good. So I'm going to say this, prove me right. So his emotion has gone up. He is now enthusiastic rather than unfazed. I like that. I think that's improvement. You can actually see where things are improving. So if he looks in a particular place kind of weak, you can pick the right choice and hopefully you can improve that. Still some weird answers that you can give, but you know, that is what it is. Let's go and start the match, and we'll have a look at the improvements to the match engine. First of all, I've got the sound on because I think the sound is a lot better than it was previously. Graphically, I think apart from that woman who looks like she's died. Oh no, I thought that was her head. I thought she looked like she died. The graphics are similar. But I think that doesn't matter. It's how the players move that's important and what has improved. And I find that the players, they've really improved the movement here. It's a big improvement. There is an option here to which I have changed. So this would automatically be on game points as well. So yeah, I like to sort of move forward to the key points, not necessarily my own game point on, or a game point for the server on their own serve, because they're more like to win that. But the break points, the tie breaks, set points, match points, those are the ones I'm more interested in. So let's go and we'll have a look how things appear. You've still got the talking option, so you can shout at the player during the match. You've got the you can alter the tactics as before, so you've got a bunch of different options here, which is really kind of good. You can see what you're on already and adapt your play accordingly. And you've also got this intensity level thing, so you can up your service intensity, up your returning intensity, up your key points intensity, those sort of things. But that's obviously going to have an effect on tiredness, so you don't want to be necessarily doing that all the time. Let's go into it. Let's see how this looks, because I feel this has they've made massive improvements with the animations. So we have got a match point here. Into the net. There we go. We actually did convert the break point, so it was only actually one break point that you got to see. But as you can see, the way the players move, it looks a lot freer. There seems to be a whole bunch more animations, and the way the ball travels seems a lot more realistic. Hopefully there's not too much stuttering from my computer, which struggles a little bit on occasion with this. But, well, good first set win from Shawnee. You've got the option here of looking at the statistics and analysis, which I think is all the same. So you can see all that information. It's really useful. Break down that, and then you've got a whole amount of 3D analysis here, which always completely confuses me. So let's not worry about this. Need to up our return intensity is kind of what we want to do, which we've got high return intensity. So let's take that off and go into the second set. 1540. Oh, straight into the net. It's also when they run to the net, from what I've seen playing, the decision making that the decision making the players have is much more sensible, and you don't get those strange ones where they come to the net and then just hit it straight into the net. It just looks better. It looks much better. Let's move on. 3-2. Come on, Shawnee. You're only going to play one game in this career, mate. I've got work for you to do. Ooh, it's out. Bloody hell. We actually got that. 4-2 now. Right, come on. Let's close this out. There we go. He's got the chance here, but look how nice that that looks. And you've also got, just a second, this camera angle as well, which is nice. Can we see that? Oh, I can't see it. It's very nice, trust me. You want to have a play with the camera angles, they look really good. So for me, improvement to the sound, improvement to what the match looks like, that's got to be a good thing. They've got that, so I think the match engine itself, that's going to make people feel more immersed in the game rather than kind of weird glitchy things that used to happen. Okay, so relaxation. We've increased his relaxation. Lovely. Or he's now reassured. Okay, so we're not going to play the second round match because you'll be here all day, but hopefully what you can see here is a game that has been improved since last time. I've been really impressed with what they've done. It's a set of developers who really listen to the community, listen to the criticisms of the first game, and they've responded to that, and they've added a bunch of stuff that people have been asking for. You can't ask anything more than that. They seem to base things on Football Manager in terms of what it looks like, and I think that's a damn good idea because, as I said, that's the best sports management game there is. So I think that's a really useful thing, and I'm really looking forward to making use of that academy and a bunch of other things. But I'm really excited about this game. Really excited. I'm going to be doing a Let's Play series on it. If you liked this run through, we'll be starting from scratch, Let's Play series, which will be on the weekends. It'll probably be starting this weekend, so that should be good. Keep an eye out for that. I've also got Tennis Elbow Manager 2 content on the channel and other tennis management content on the channel as well. So if you like your tennis management content, this is the place to be. Anyway, folks, that's it. If you do enjoy Tennis Manager 2022, if you enjoyed this playthrough, you fancy getting the game, if you've already got the first game, it's I think a 25% discount on Steam if you've got the first game in your Steam library. So I think that's just via launch, so get yourself down there, pick it up cheap and enjoy it. Yeah, so really enjoyed making this video for you. I'm really looking forward to getting into a series on this game. If you enjoyed the video yourself, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you are new to the channel, check out some of the content on the channel, and I will see you in another video. Goodbye.